Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Hello.
Kylie and Zori here. Sorry we've been inactive for a little bit. Zori is back from school on winter break right now.
Yes.
I think we mentioned in the last podcast.
Probably
that
I was.
maybe. But if not,
we definitely did.
If just in case we didn't, or for new people, she's back from school.
Yeah.
For a little bit. So we're gonna do a little catch up podcast and New Year.
Yeah.
Words and things.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you guide the questions because I totally forget.
Okay.
So if you want to
bring
up.
Do you wanna say how anything is going catching up wise? Anything?
Okay. So I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I'm in school for chiropractic. So I've been busy.
Yeah, I don't think you actually mentioned that at all. So
working my ass off for this. So that's been kind of crazy. I don't know exactly what to say. What would you have questions about?
Actually, say maybe some of the neatest things that you've been learning that maybe people don't know.
Cool things.
Yeah, things that you've been learning.
Yeah, so this whole, honestly, my whole career is going to be in wellness, so this podcast is, a really good example of why I'm going in the field I'm going into. So, one thing that I kept, sometimes I'll learn things in school and automatically think I need to tell everybody I know this. And one of them was why we get depressed in the winter. Winter. So it's actually so interesting. So, okay, let me figure it out in my brain. So serotonin, and there's melatonin. Okay, right? There's melatonin that makes you tired, and our bodies produce that. Naturally, some people take it, but our bodies produce it, and that's our circadian rhythm, whatever. So melatonin is made from serotonin.
Okay.
That's the happy one.
Yes.
Right? So, our bodies secrete more melatonin when it's darker out, right? So, day to day, we, have a cycle. So, during a certain type of day, once it gets darker outside, melatonin starts being produced, right?
Okay.
Well, that also happens seasonally. So as the days get shorter, like winter, we produce more melatonin.
Okay.
But like I said, it's made from serotonin, which is the happy hormone. So we have less serotonin because all of it's being used to make melatonin, which is okay, why am I depressed? Because it's literally the thing that helps regulate your sleep cycle and regulate daylight and how your body reacts to that is literally made from the happy hormone. So it's natural for us to be a little bit more sad around this time. So I was that's crazy. I mean, that's different from seasonal depression. Obviously, that's a whole other thing, but that's why we were all kind of
just lagging and tired.
And
yeah,
because,
wow, that's interesting.
The happy, it's literally made from the ingredient for melatonin is serotonin. So it's
interesting.
I was that's a fucked up crazy mechanism of the body. That's why would that be?
I know.
You're telling me I can't have both.
Right.
I can't go to sleep when it's dark,
but then,
I can't also be happy.
Do you know the difference? Because I don't really, between serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine, because aren't they all kind of happy?
They're all neurotransmitters, no. Serotonin's a hormone. Dopamine, I think might be, no, that's not a neurotransmitter. Epinephrine's
Should we pull up
I know they're all different. Yeah, here, let me look.
Because honestly, I think oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine are all happy releasing.
No, they are
hormones.
One's
whatever.
Comforting. They all have a difference though. Hang on.
Well, you're about to find out, guys. Because I actually have no idea on the difference. I just.
I think it's just where they are.
Oh, maybe.
Really,
or how they get released, maybe.
Yeah.
Hold, guys. We're using Google to find our answer for.
But you can catch them up on you, and in the meantime, on a couple.
Well,
things.
I mean, I don't really have much. Yeah, nothing's really changed in my life, but Zori is going to Iowa chiropractic school in Iowa. Yes, Iowa.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Okay. So, serotonin is, the main role is mood and emotional balance and focus. So, it's they are neurotransmitters. Oh, no. Serotonin's a neurotransmitter. It's the feel-good neurotransmitter. It's also daytime chemical, supports alertness and well-being.
Okay.
Precursor to melatonin, like I said. Your body uses serotonin to make melatonin. Low levels can feel like low mood, anxiety, or irritability. So.
Oh.
Melatonin. Nobody said melatonin. Oh, I did say melatonin. Okay, wait.
Oxytocin, dopamine.
And then oxytocin is bonding, trust, and connection.
Ooh.
So that oxytocin has to do with another person.
Okay.
Where serotonin's within yourself. Like, oxytocin is released when people, like, give birth. When you are...
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's the love or bonding hormone.
Oh, and this is interesting.
Oxytocin is a hormone. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter. And then dopamine is motivation, reward, and drive. So
this is interesting. I did not know.
It's reward chemical released when you anticipate or achieve a goal. So it's like the gratification.
Okay.
So it's like satisfactory. Like,
yeah,
you study so hard, you get back the paper that says like 100 out of 100, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, wow.
And you get the dopamine hit. And then oxytocin is like the love bonding, and then serotonin's like the well-being, like
perfect.
Happy.
Okay, well, there's the difference.
There's the difference between those in case you ever were wondering.
Because I was wondering, and now I know. Mm-hmm. Anything new interesting that you've been learning?
Anything else? I'm trying to think. Not off the top of my, like, brain, but I know that there are, like, so many little things. I'm gonna have to actually start keeping, like, a little book of them.
Oh, yeah.
I've been wanting to, like, keep a binder or a book of, like, all the things that really, like, stand out to me.
So for when you come back in the summer.
But there's so many things.
On that.
Actually, I do have something else. Okay. So, you know how, like, we just get, like, kind of stiffer as we get older?
Yeah.
So, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with, like, the human skeleton. But, the rib cage is, like, partially cartilage, right? Like, you have all the outside, if you've ever seen, like, do you know what I mean or no? Because I can show you a picture. And then you guys can look up a picture. Here, I'll just look up a picture.
Kind of.
But it's partially cartilage. Like, your chest plate is, like, cartilage. So usually on like a fake skeleton, like the ones for school, it's like see-through or it's like a clear to show that it's cartilage, like right here.
The blue or
like that blue right there is cartilage. That's your sternum.
Okay.
So that's made out of cartilage, which is not the fact. But the fact is that as you get older, something called ossification happens.
Okay.
Which is essentially ossification. All your bones started as cartilage.
Okay.
First. They started as like membranous whatever, and then they become cartilage through chondrification, and then they become bone through ossification.
Okay.
So, but you have certain cartilage that just stays cartilage, and that part of your ribs is like one of them, and it's really like you can push on it, whatever. Mm-hmm. As you get older, like not necessarily like in your 30s or 40s, but more like in your 60s, 70s, maybe that bone starts to ossify sometimes. Okay. Some people it doesn't, some people it does, some people it partially ossifies, but that limits your range of motion. Like, so, right, like I can like roll and like bend and stuff, but if all that's like bone and I can't like squish on it as much, like that's a part of why we become so stiff. Same with like different parts of our, like we have all these ligaments attaching our spine together. Like we have one like completely on the back and one completely on the front and all these like itty bitty ligaments in between. But the one completely on the back can start to ossify too and make these like little pointy parts on all your little vertebrae. And like we've seen them in our labs and like they look all spiky and cool and we're like, what is that? And it's a ligament called the ligamentum flavum, and that like will begin ossifying and just create like these little things. So yeah, basically your body really does like start turning to stone as you get older. Wow. Like It's insane. That's why when you go from being like, and kids are not fully ossified.
Okay.
Half their bones, or not half their bones, like that makes it sound like they're made out of rubber. But like a lot of their bones are not fully ossified until like a certain age, or like even the connections between them. So that's why kids can just like roll around, because they're literally like basically rubber.
Wow.
And then you get older and you just get stiffer because your body is literally like turning to stone. And I was like, no wonder everybody's so creaky.
Yeah.
When they get older, it's not really necessary. Obviously, a lot of people move less when they get older.
I was going to say, question, does stretching throughout your life help that?
I think it does. I think it does. I think it definitely has the capacity to. I can't say for sure, and I'm sure it's different person to person. But no matter what, if you are using, your body really listens to you. Like, I feel like people don't believe it, but your body really listens to you. If you are not using something, you know, you've heard like, if you don't use it, you lose it, right?
Yeah.
So just because you were able to do a split when you were like 11 and like in dance doesn't mean you can still do a split when you're like 31 and you haven't done it at all. Now, if you do it every once in a while, you'll probably be able to keep it. You probably won't have to, especially if you get like an oversplit or something, you probably won't have to stretch every day anymore to keep it. But if you don't move at all, if you don't do it at all, you lose it. Same as like if you have an injury and you're in a cast, that muscle, you can tell the difference from side to side, because one is like atrophied. It's like that muscle hasn't been used. So it's resources have been redistributed throughout the body. You have to build that back up. So it's, if you're moving more and using things more, your body's more likely to kind of keep things the way they are, because it's like, okay, this is working for us, or this is, you know, this joint is in motion, so like we need to keep it that way. And also you tell your body kind of what to focus on when you move, right? Yeah. So every joint, not every joint is a synovial joint, but there's a bunch of joints in your body. I said that before. There's a bunch of joints in your body. There's a bunch of joints in your body that are synovial joints, and that essentially just means that they're in a pocket of fluid called synovial fluid.
Okay.
And that is what kind of people talk about when they say like motion is lotion.
Okay.
Really? I mean,
I don't know if I've heard that, but
like, or that's not what people are usually. I don't know if that's what people are talking about, but that's what I think of.
Motion is lotion.
Because the synovial fluid essentially brings nutrients to like the bone in those joints and like the cartilage in those joints too. So if you're like moving it around, it's literally like you already have like fluid in there. You already have like something to keep it lubricated. But if you're not moving it, you're not doing anything. Where if you're moving it and like keeping those joints like nourished with the synovial fluid that's already in there, it's just better. Like you're going to be able to move more. You're going to be able to continue using that joint the same way. If you're not using it at all, you're going to lose it. So I really think that's a really good mindset to keep when it comes to like getting older with your body, is like, not everybody needs to like go to the gym or like be a bodybuilder or like be the most flexible, but what do you want to be able to do? Mm-hmm. And whatever you want to be able to do, you need to train that.
Right.
I don't care if you're like, I don't give a fuck about fitness. If you want to be able to make sure that you can like reach and grab a plate off of like a shelf when you're old, which sounds easy, right? Like we
don't think about it.
We're right in our 20s, it's easy, but there's people in their 80s that struggle to grab a plate off of, because that muscle is like completely atrophied because they don't move. People think as I get older, I'm old, I can't move. No, the older you get, the more you should be moving, right? Honestly, because there's 80-year-olds that are bodybuilders and whatever. You don't have to do that. I think a lot of people think like, well, if I start moving, like, I have to just go to the gym and, like, do these reps. But it's, like, literally just roll around. Do what feels good. Go on a walk. Just get your joints moving and get your blood flowing, because I said to you the other day, like, they say, like, sitting's the new smoking. Mm-hmm. And I really think, because there's smokers that move their body like crazy. And I'm not saying that they're not going to get, like, lung cancer. They're not dealing with other adverse health issues. But my point is, like, if you're moving your body, you're telling it to stay alive. Like, to be alive is to move and like walk. But if you are just staying where you are, and that's not to say that if you're like disabled in any way, because there's people in wheelchairs and you can do chair workouts. There's so many ways. There's literally so many ways that you can do that. So, but I just mean like whatever you can move it, it, and like do it in whatever way feels right for you or feels sustainable. Because if you know yourself and you know, like, I'm not going to be in the gym every Wednesday to do arms for an hour and a half, then don't tell yourself to do that. Maybe do that every once in a while, but don't make yourself try to do something that you know is not working for you. Take 5 minutes. If you know I'm not going to work out unless I'm in a class held accountable that I paid for with other people, then maybe do that if you can pay for it. If you can't, then you got to find something else. But you got to figure out what's going to motivate you to move. Because I am an active person. I'm, like, relatively active. I love moving my body. But I am not going to say that everybody needs to love moving their body. I know there's people that could not care less. They're like, I would rather just, like, hang out, read a book, watch a movie. And I don't think less of those people at all. Because everybody's different. It's just those people still also need to move. You need to find movement in your day. And it doesn't have to be, like, athletic movement. Like, it doesn't have to be, like, I'm playing catch or I'm doing whatever. You just have to find, like, what works for you. If it's stretching 10 minutes at night every day, you would be surprised how much that would be for you. It's, like, there's a point where it's, like, it's non-negotiable. Like, you got to start, like, just lotioning those joints. Doing some arm circles. Mobility is such a big one. Mobility is so easy. You may not even, like, you don't need to be so strong, but, like, if you can just get, like, think about all your joints. Like, move your fingers, roll your wrists. Like, if you're like, what do I do to stretch at night? First of all, YouTube. There's a bunch of videos. TikTok, a bunch of videos. Instagram, whatever you're fucking on, there's a bunch of videos for it. I get a bunch of them. And just type in nighttime mobility or morning mobility and follow it.
Okay, and that makes sense to the point where, like, if you don't use, like, a, I can't really think of an example. I was thinking of, like, a garage door or, like, something in your house. Like, if you don't use that for a while, like, the mobility of that, like, it will become squeaky and, like, harder to, like, open or, like, whatever. Like,
and it's like, don't go beyond what you're able to do, you know? I was talking to you about how I feel like so many people have this all or nothing mindset where they're like, if I'm not going to do
or rusty. If you don't, rusty, if something doesn't get used, it will get rusty. Yeah. So, like, you know,
so it's like
your joints and bones
need to practice the motions that you want to do. If you want to be able to pick your grandkid off the ground, like, maybe you do a couple squats, but you don't have to you don't have to squat 200 pounds, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the squat man. Like, you just make sure that your knees are mobile so that you can do it. Practice getting on the ground, do intuitive movement. We don't do enough of that. Sometimes my movement for the day is literally like, what do I feel like doing? Sometimes I put on a playlist of songs I haven't heard in, like, 8 years. And then I'm like, yeah. And I start, like, dancing. Or sometimes I just literally, like, roll around on the floor. And I, like, point my toe. And then I, like, see if I can lift my leg. And then, you know, stretch. Like, I'm like, what feels good? Yoga with Adrienne has this, like, mantra where she's always like, find what feels good. And that sounds so, like, self-explanatory. But genuinely, if you instead of focus on, like, what am I supposed to be doing? And instead be like, what would feel good right now? Like, you know how many people are like, oh, my back hurts. There's guys that can lift, like, a car probably off the ground, like the back part of a car off the ground, and their backs hurt every day. Yeah. And it's like, are they doing stretching? Are they doing mobility? Like, your muscles are strong, but they're stiff. Right. And that's not helpful either. So it's like, find what feels good. If you're in pain, start with where you find pain. Where it's like, at the end of a long day, is your lower back hurting? Is your mid back hurting? Is your neck hurting? And don't necessarily just stretch those things, because sometimes stretching is not what you need, but, like, look up stuff for that is my point.
And that leads into your brain also being a muscle.
Yes.
And you have to use that as well, or you'll lose it, like languages or stuff that you've learned.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about that. I was telling you about the point to piece thing.
Yeah.
So with that, I get a couple of these. I don't know that much about this, so definitely, like, look into it. But it was, like, something about basically keeping your brain, like, sharp or, like, able to do these things that, I don't know if it actually stops Alzheimer's, or not stops it, but, like, helps prevent it. It's like, working out helps prevent, like, injuries or, like, you know, maybe some other health issues that could arise. Working your brain as well in that way. And so point to piece, essentially, if you're listening, you take one hand and you do a peace sign, you take the other hand and you point to the peace sign, and then you switch. And it's like,
But do you have to look at it when you do it?
You don't have to look at it. You just... I don't even... I'm, like, twisting it, but... Yeah. And then that's like a level 1. And then I forget what some of the other ones were. It gets easier as you do it. But there's some other ones too. If you look it up, like look up like point to piece brain exercises, like whatever, because there's other ones too. Usually in the video they'll show like that one's like a level 1, and then there's like some other ones, and like a good example is like patting your head and rubbing your stomach. You're like, okay, what's the point of this, right? But I don't fully know the science behind it, but I can infer that the idea would be your
motor skills.
It's
is that what
one,
it is? Like
it's your motor skills, but it's also your like your brain. Like you're working a certain part of your brain that doesn't necessarily get worked all the time, and you're having to like kind of lock in this way that you're like focused on what's happening right now. I think one was like like it's so crazy because you look at it and you would think it's like easy, but then it's you feel like okay, so fist and then point your fingers towards it.
Wait.
Yeah, like this. And then I can't. My brain's like delayed.
Oh, I got it.
And then once you get it, maybe you can keep doing it. Yeah, I got it.
And then also
then you can
like
switch to another one. Oh. You see how like there's like a delay though, but that's like a way to exercise your brain and keep it sharp. I also was saying like puzzles, like I always do not always, but I mean for the most part every day I do the New York Times like little games that they have where you're like finding
the
words
Wordles and the
Wordles. I was doing the mini crossword was like so fun, but then they made that like you have to pay for it. But there's another one called Spanogram. There's a domino game now that's out that's called like what is that called? It's like you have to add up these dominoes and make it it's called Pips. That's what it's called. Look at this.
Pips.
Look, this is the easy one. So what you do is if you guys don't have the New York Times games on your phone, download them.
It's fun.
Just put it on your phone, because when you go on your phone, like sometimes I just pick up my phone for no reason, and then I'm like, oh, I haven't done the New York Times thing. Like, I'll do that.
Or remember
like,
the game on your phone, Trivia Crack?
Oh yeah, Trivia
Yeah,
Crack.
that's like
fun. That's more like pop culture.
I don't
think it gets your brain working as much, but it's still something.
Yeah.
It's still something.
Or word searches.
Like this is like
I love word searches.
So basically you have all these dominoes, and then you have to like in this square they have to add up to 7. This square they have to be the same number. And then this one they have to add up to 18, add up to 8, add up to 3, and then there's like other ones. So you have to sit there and like try to figure it out.
Right.
And that's fun. Like just do a puzzle game. You could read. If you don't like reading, there's like all these different things that you can do. You could do like a Rubik's Cube. Like teach yourself a new skill, because it gets harder as you get older and you start to forget things, and things just get harder to do. But if you keep your mind sharp and like
do it now to prevent.
Do it now to prevent, but also do it now to have fun. Because not enough of us are just like doing a hobby anymore.
Yeah.
Like I am the type of person that I'm always trying to pick up a new hobby, and it's not even on purpose. I'm just like, ooh, what if I still have it on my list to like figure out, because there's like for the Rubik's Cube, there's like a way to do it. Like I forget, there's like an algorithm for it, where it's like they've shown it online, and you can learn the algorithm, where essentially if you twist it one way and twist it the other, and then there's like a whole thing where you can learn how to solve it, and you can just keep doing that and just get like really good at it, because like there's a way to do it. It's not just like, oh, I'm moving this color over here. There's literally like an algorithm for it. So anybody who solves them usually has like found the algorithm and like practiced it. And then once you do that, no matter where it starts, you can figure out how to do it within like a certain amount of turns. And that's still on my list of things to do, because I'm like, that would just be so satisfying to be able to pick up a Rubik's Cube anywhere and be like, yep,
I can do it.
Solved it. And then everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. So it's just like, find something new to do, find out how to get in touch with your imagination again. And it also just keeps life so whimsical.
Yeah.
I feel like it just keeps it so whimsical.
This is your New Year goal.
Yeah, so what do you want to do? Like, what have you not done in forever? What did you do as a kid when you were bored?
I did word searches.
Word searches are fun. I always
did word searches in the car. That was like the thing.
played pretend. Also, daydreaming. I did not tell you this. I started daydreaming on purpose.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so somebody was saying, like, I've really been into, at least this year, trying to use my imagination again, like I was just saying. And somebody was saying, like, we don't daydream enough. Like, we have free will in our daydreams, and we don't do anything with it.
Right.
Like, why don't we do anything with it? Like, I remember for so long, and even now, I'm like, why can't I lucid dream? Like, that sounds so fun. Mm-hmm. But it's like, what's the point? Because that still is fun. But, like, you can literally picture stuff in your head, and nobody can stop you. You can picture the most absurd thing in your brain, and nobody can stop you. Literally, nobody can stop you. So one time, we were taking, like, a quiz, and the professor was like, okay, once you're done, like, don't get on your phones or anything, just, like, sit and be quiet, or just, like, relax and chill. Don't start doing other work until everybody's done. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this time, and I'm just gonna close my eyes. And then I started picturing my professor, like, bussing down to, like, Yeah by Usher.
I'm dead.
And, like, doing, like, the coffee grinder. And it's, like, you can picture anybody. I'm telling you right now. We're going to do this exercise right now.
Okay.
Close your eyes. And picture somebody, the person least likely to. Like, the most...
To do something?
Serious person you know.
Okay.
Picture them literally, like, shaking ass.
To, like, I feel like I've done that.
Should've got down. To Yeah by Usher. Or any song that you know that's like a party song. Shots. Like, picture the most serious person you know being like just like... Isn't it so funny? It was so stupid, because then I started, like, interchanging it out. So it was like her, because she's so serious. I pictured my professor. And then I pictured this guy in class that's, like, really funny, but, like, not like that. Like, really he would never dance like that. Yeah. And then I pictured him, like, busting it down and starting to do the robot. And you think this sounds so stupid, but I was literally fighting back, like, cracking up.
Yeah, because you're in the middle of class. Like, you know you can't laugh.
I was like, this is so stupid. And you you have free will with your imagination. We don't use it enough.
Yeah, like, that's so true. And you know...
Be fun. Like,
you know why we don't use it enough? Because we have everything we need to not imagine on our phones in our hands.
But the more you use it, the better you get at it too. Because I don't know. I know everybody's brain is different. Like, there's people that don't even have, like, an inner monologue, like, at all. But, like, I can picture, like, an entire room in my brain if I need to or want to. Like, I can close my eyes right now and picture, like, a willow tree and a sunset and, like, a picnic blanket on a meadow with all these daisies and, like, a picnic basket. It's like...
I just picture that without even closing my eyes, because you're describing it.
Literally. And you can just picture it in your brain. And if you can't do that, or if you feel like this is stupid or, like, whatever, start doing it, because it's kind of fun, because you can really do whatever you want. And take 10 minutes, like, I feel like that's almost a form of meditation. Like, I'm so bad at just, like, sitting there, but, like, painting a picture... You can literally go wherever you want and do whatever you want. And, like we take all day and picture scenarios that might happen that we're so afraid of, and make ourselves anxious about, like, what might happen if we say this to somebody, or what happened earlier and how stupid I sounded, and what if they're talking about me right now. Like, I hear so many people using their imaginations against themselves.
Right.
But it's like, why not, like, just have fun?
You know where we do use our imagination a lot? I would say when I'm, like, wanting to go somewhere on vacation, or when I'm planning a trip, I will, like, picture it in my head, and then, like, picture, like, what you're gonna do, what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna, like, all this stuff.
I feel like taking time to fully, like, make a story or make something funny happen in your brain, like, club lights, full split. You can make somebody who literally cannot do a split in your brain. Isn't that hilarious?
It is so, it's so crazy.
You can picture them doing a split. And it's like, why are you doing a split?
Or I also do feel like imagination is, like, kind of intertwined. Like, for me, it also seems like memories. Like, when you're thinking back on your memories, you're sitting there and, like, kind of imagining it.
It is. Like, you are imagining it, because you were there, like, but, like...
But you have to, like...
You don't have all the details. Like, if I think of this right now, us sitting here later, like, I'm... Like, a random cup that's over there is probably not going to be in it. But, like, the idea of, like, cups being there might be in it.
Yeah.
But, like, not specifically there, and I won't necessarily remember exactly how things is twisted or like whatever, but like it is a part of our imagination. So start doing that. Start using it. It's so fun.
You can kind of also choose like what you want to remember. Like when you think back on like that trip, you can choose to think like the best like times, and like you don't even have to think about like things that went wrong.
No.
If you know, you can just be like, wow, that was such
the
a
best time ever.
And like your brain can kind of like not add to it, but just like kind of glorify that it was like a more amazing time maybe than you felt in the moment.
Yes, I feel like too many of us are letting life be lived instead of like just living our lives and taking control. And our brains are so easy to manipulate. You just have to learn how to do it. But once you learn, you're like, oh, was that it? Like, really, was that easy? And it's like, yeah, it kind of is. But the hard part is learning how to do it. And then practicing it. But then once you're like kind of good at it, you can kind of start like just manipulating everything in your brain. Yeah. Like it really is so easy. And
that's why like you can convince yourself like to be happy if you're in a bad mood. Like what is the word I'm thinking of?
Like the gaslighting yourself.
Gaslighting yourself.
I always say I'm like I gaslight myself into everything. It's like obviously this is where it gets to the conversation of like it's not as easy as like if you're somebody who's like chronically depressed to be like, well, I'll just be happy today. Like you can probably get something from that, but not like I'm not saying it's going to cure you, but I think it is important to remember like what is it? Something grows where your focus goes or something. Do you know that? Like what is it? Focus where you focus on where you focus. What is it? Where you focus.
Yeah, where you put your focus. Oh wow. Where you put your focus.
I'm literally looking it up right now. What is it? It's where your focus goes, energy flows.
Okay, yes.
Or something like that. And it's like
where your focus goes, energy flows.
It's true. And it's not like anybody's doing it on purpose, but a lot of times we've trained ourselves or we've been trained. Like say you grew up with really anxious parents, like your brain is telling you like anxiety is keeping me safe. Like it's like okay, well if I worry, then everything will be in its place. Or if I worry, like then it's good because then I know whatever. But instead you could just not worry. Like I've been around people like that where it's like they'll be like, well what if this? And I'm like, well what if?
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I guess not. Right. But then it's like you realize it's not the end of the world. But it's hard and it's something you have to practice, and it's going to be easy for some people. And some people don't even have to think about it. They've just always been like this. I'm not one of those people. I feel like I had to train my brain to be the way it is now, and I'm still training my brain to be the way I want it to be. But you really, really can, like, quickly, I'm going to say it again because I feel like I probably said it on this podcast, but I always talk about like neural pathways and how you can like rewire your brain. And like did I ever say the thing to you about like the path in the grass? If there's like a path in the grass,
I think you said it to me. I don't know if you said it on the pod.
And you take it and you walk down that path in the grass every day. And I'm not saying like a path like paved. It's like a dirt path in the grass. You take that path every single day because you can see it and it's there because everything else is grass. So when you're walking, you're going to walk on the path. But if you're like, I don't want to take that path anymore, you can start a new path, but you just have to stop taking that other one.
Thinking and walk that you're going to get a different outcome taking the same path.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You know, like.
But you can start a new one. So like, but if you think about like a patch of grass in the path, it's obviously so easy to take the same path because you can see it. It's clear. It's right there. It's the one you've taken every time. It's right there. There's no other path. Otherwise, I'm walking through all this grass that I can't see through. If you start walking on the grass, though, and you stop walking on that path, eventually that path, all the grass, is going to grow back and it'll go away. And the new one, if you keep taking the same one every day, that grass will start to wear down and become a new path. That's how I always like to describe like neural pathways, because it really is like that. And I think it's a perfect analogy because it's also not easy, because the first day that you don't take that path and you walk on the grass, it's like, okay, yeah, I walked right here. But the second day you come back and you're like, where did I walk yesterday? Because you
Right.
can't see it because it's not a burned path yet.
Yeah.
Because you're like, wait, where did I walk? Was it over here or was it over there? And it's hard, and it's so much easier to just take that path you've been taking, which is why quitting, like, any, like, maybe nicotine is hard. It's hard to, if you've every day gotten a drink at Starbucks, you've built that habit. So it's like, yeah, when I get in my car, I just start driving there. I don't even think about it.
Right.
Or like, or even on the good spectrum of people that, like, every Sunday I go to the gym, no matter what, at 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's why those people, like, kind of tweak sometimes if they can't. Because they're like, well, what do I do instead?
Don't
or
like tweakers like that.
Yeah, I know. Or, like, even if it's just, like, it's easy for them. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't because at 6 I have to go to the gym. And then the people look at them like, how are you so disciplined? But it's not really discipline. It's
not.
just, like, that's the path I've always taken. And maybe at first it's discipline because at first you have to be willing to be confused and not know where to walk and maybe put a pebble there so you remember next time, like, okay, yeah, I was right here. I'll keep walking right here.
But those...
And then slowly that other one fills in and you don't even remember where the first path was. And all of a sudden you're a completely new person because you've walked down this whole other path. Like,
those people are the people, though, that when other inconveniences or other things happen in life at that time, like if you're like, oh, we have a dinner tonight at 6 and you're like, but I have to go to the gym. It's like, no, like...
Well, that's an unhealthy version.
Yeah.
But, like, you can still have, like a routine. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I do that and I can walk down that path. But I like using that because I think it's, like, the closest to, like, what your actual brain does and why it's so hard and why, like, you can work out every day straight for a week and then the next week you don't do it and then you're all messed up.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what they say, it takes how many days to build a habit? I don't even know.
I think it's 21.
I think they say 21, but I think it actually
least.
might end up being, like, I think they've found out, like, it's actually, like, 60 or something. Like, it takes,
Yeah.
like, a long time.
Because 21 doesn't seem that long.
It takes, like, a long time of being consistent to, like, make something be second nature for you. And when you think about it as in, like, grass and, like, a dirt path and how long it takes for grass to fill in that patch or how long it takes for you to walk on a path every day for it. Because at first, there's still going to be grass there, but it'll be laying down. Mm-hmm. And then eventually all that grass will kind of wear away and it'll be a dirt path and the other one will be filled in and you just won't even have to think about it. You're like, yeah, this is the new path I took. I don't even have to put the rock there anymore because I see it and it's clear and it's right there. But it takes forever and it takes patience and time to change your brain like that. So, I don't know. I remember we were talking about that the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was last night.
Yeah.
What else do we got for the new year? End of the year is supposed to be slow.
Oh, yeah.
Holiday madness always ruins it.
Okay. I was venting to Kai because I was like, the end of the year is supposed to be a time where we're, like, chilling. Like, the whole thing is, like, everything's dead. Like, if you think about the seasons, like, I'm a very seasonal person.
Yes.
Everything I do in my entire life is, like, seasonal.
Yeah.
Like, I listen to different music during certain seasons, like, whatever. Spring is rebirth, regrowth, starting anew, starting fresh. Like, in nature and also in life, right? Like, that's why seasons are so great, because they kind of help just guide you throughout everything. Summer is a time of activity. We're here. Everything's alive. Everything's green. The sun is
great.
out. Like, fall is a time of just, like, starting to wind down. Like, things are dying. Like, everything starts to, like, the colors start to change. It's beautiful. I love fall. But, like, it's a time of slowing down. And then winter is, everything's dead. Everything's dead in the winter. Everything's cold. It's a time where you're supposed to rest right before the rebirth or resurgence of spring. You need to recharge. You need to rest and recharge. If the seasons were a day, winter would be when you're sleeping.
Right.
No? Right? Like, winter would be when you're sleeping. Spring would be when you're getting ready for the day. Summer would be your whole day, and then fall would probably be your wind down time right before you go to sleep.
It's actually funny.
And winter's your sleep. And somehow, everybody's cortisol is fucking through the roof once Christmas hits. And the Christmas music is at 2 times speed. I'm not even joking. I was in like I was in a store and there was Christmas music playing, and it was like Jingle Bells, but like on 2 times speed. I swear to God. And it was like Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells, Jingle all the way. And I was like, was like,
like
what is
sprinting
going?
through the store.
I was like, I don't feel safe here. Like, it's so scary. But people are like, I have to cook this. I have to, and there's obviously like a good kind of stress, like where you're like, oh, I have to cook. I have to buy presents, and then I get to see my family.
Yeah.
But some people genuinely aren't happy, and they don't realize that.
Right.
Or they aren't rested, and they don't realize that one person's cooking everything, and then also having, you know how many times I talk to people and they have family over that they hate? Oh, my fucking aunt's coming, and she hates my house, and she hates me, so I have to get ready. I had to get the guest room ready and I gotta put stuff in the guest room because she always needs this special lotion. It's like, why would you welcome that into your, like, into your life space, when you're it's supposed to be this time where you're enjoying the people that you love, you're reflecting on the year that you've had, you're resting and relaxing and just trying to figure out who you want to be for this new resurgence and new rebirth that's going to be spring, and who you want to be during the summer, so you can then just continue on. A lot of people don't do that. I mean, even last year was like, first year I saw all this stuff about like my winter arc, which was like, I thought really important in a way, like for some people maybe, because the winter arc was supposed to be like, you know, during the winter everybody just like slows down. But what if you didn't? Like, what if you what if you like started working out more and like was consistent every day and like was doing all this stuff? That way by the time spring comes, like, you're good, like, you're set, you've already like gotten all your exercise in, and like your body snatched, and like you've been working and planning and like grinding, and now like it's whatever, which I understand, and to an extent like can be like something that you kind of slowly work on throughout the winter. But I feel like the mindset that you're like trying to get snatched during the winter because it's like your arc of the winter, so you can just like show your whole body, and like not that you can't work out, but my point is like, I don't think grinding so hard in the winter is precisely against everything that
winter's supposed to be. Even your body wants in the winter.
I just was saying how like you have more melatonin and less serotonin. Like, you genuinely have like less energy to give in that way.
What do you think about people who live in Florida or somewhere warm per se, where it's the same temperature all year round?
It's the same temperature, but it's not, seasons aren't really about temperature. It's about like the atmosphere, and also because I don't think they don't have like seasons in the way that it's going to be snowing for them, but if I'm not wrong, they still have like their version of fall. Like, California's winter, like, it doesn't snow, but it gets like 60, and it's still darker faster. Like, it's
a little bit.
Still,
I just wonder, like, so like
the same thing.
Florida, all of the people from here like kind of go to Florida, and then it's their busy season in Florida with like bars and restaurants and like resorts. I mean, and I wonder like if you work in that atmosphere, because the way my job works right now is very much so with the seasons like perfectly. So I wonder like if
it's definitely different for them. I'm not saying that you can't be busy or have anything to do. I'm not saying that you should like quit your job in the winter, but I'm saying it's not a time for you to be stressing yourself out. I mean, I'm going to have all these exams when I go back, so I'm not saying like you need to cut everything out of your life that's stressful, but I'm saying in a time that's supposed to be about restfulness and like reflection, why are we inviting all of this like consumerism, like capitalism, stressing out about like family that I don't even like having to take up space in my brain? Like, why are we not instead protecting our energy? We have to go to work, we have to do all these other things, and that's fine, but when you come home, what are you doing? When you come home, what are you doing, you know? Like, and I'm not saying also just like lay down or don't work out or whatever, because that's not my point, but my point is to think about it. My point is just to think about it. Like, if this is a time of relaxation, if this is a time of reflection and planning, in what is the value and like freaking out so hard and spending all your time in the grocery store? What makes me realize it is what made me even bring it up in the first place to you was like literally the grocery store. I love being at the grocery store. I love looking for food. I love looking at the new items. I love looking at anything in the grocery store. And I noticed around the holidays, obviously there's more people in the grocery store, but more people doesn't automatically equal crazy energy. It doesn't. But the energy is crazy. Because sometimes I'm in a room full of people or I'm in a place that's super crowded and the energy's not crazy. It's just like crowded.
Yeah.
But you can feel it. And I think everyone knows when you're in the grocery store during the holidays and people are like speed walking with their carts, like turning corners super quickly, filling everything up. They have their kids with them. They're yelling at their kids, you need to get in line. No, you're not getting that candy. And it's like a whole thing. And it's like you just see people freaking out about celebrating this holiday that's supposed to be about enjoying your time together and having the people that you love close to you. And so if you're doing this tradition, what cost is it at if at the end of the night you're the one doing all the dishes, everybody's stressed out, or you're stressed out and everybody else is calm, everything's on you, or you have all these people over that you don't even really feel safe around. Like, what is the point? So I feel like the holiday madness really ruins what I feel like it's this aesthetic of like Christmas.
Yeah.
But then it's like Christmas. Like it's literally like, oh my God, Christmas. Like it really should feel like Christmas.
Right.
Like the soft glow of a Christmas tree. This energy is what it's supposed to be about. Mm-hmm. And then it always ends up being like, did we get what we wanted? How much is this toy? Okay, I need to do this. Did he get, oh my gosh, I forgot to grab the turkey. Oh my God, stuffing. Okay, she's gluten-free. I need to grab this. And then it's like a whole situation where it's like, not that you're not, like it's a lot to keep track of, so that's why people get stressed, but it's like, could we not run through the grocery store? Could we walk? Could we make everything? Could we make it? Could we just romanticize it? Like... I was going to say, could we not romanticize everything? Could we not go to the grocery store in matching pajamas and then give everybody a task instead of having to do it all by yourself and you just have your kids all around you?
Right.
Like, why don't we make it like a scavenger hunt and it's like, you find this and you find this.
Yeah.
And obviously, if they're old enough, you're not sending your 2-year-old to go find these on their own. But like, my point is just to... If you're not ask yourself if you're having fun or if you feel relaxed. And if the answer is no around this time of year, ask yourself why.
Right.
And if it's because you're taking a bunch of exams, okay, valid.
Okay.
If it's because of something that you can't actually control and change and you never really realized it and you never really questioned it because you're just like, we're supposed to have family, then what's the point?
Mm-hmm. And also, I feel like I want to really enjoy this winter. Mm-hmm. I kind of like, winter's very cold and there's not much to do outside and I like to move around, but I think I want to try to, what is it, romanticize winter? There's a different word.
That's my main point of this whole thing is like lean into it.
Yeah.
Lean into it. Instead of being like so mad at yourself that you don't have the energy that you do in the summertime to move in whatever. I'm not saying just sit on your butt, but find something that you like to do inside. Like maybe normally you're a runner or whatever, but like maybe do yoga or do something inside, but like lean into the season. Try to find the same things that you enjoy and do them in a season appropriate way. Obviously you can't like hike in the winter. You could, but like you maybe can't hike or like run as much in the winter, but what is like a winter activity that you can do? Maybe that's when you start going to like bouldering, like
the rock
gyms,
ice skating,
try ice skating, like
skiing, snowboarding
into the season instead of being so mad at yourself or like trying to fight it, because that's where the stress is coming from. Is trying to like, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're literally, it's getting dark at 4 p.m. and we're like tired.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to like exert our energy and like force ourselves to be in like these bright light stores where we're like
fluorescence.
Yeah, the fluorescence, and then the bags under our eyes, and we're just like buying stuff and not even like knowing why. But you were saying
also, I am enjoying the winter more this year because I'm realizing like I'm so busy in the summer, like working so much because of the way my job works, but in the winter I'm able to have more free time with my friends. I'm able to go to my dance classes and new dance classes, like line dancing and then the other dance class, I'm able to pick up maybe some more hobbies. I just have more free time because work slows down. And so that's nice. Like, I am enjoying the winter in that aspect. But yeah. Do you have a word for the new year?
I do have a word. I don't know if you guys know, I have a word every year. I think I shared it the last couple of years on the pod.
The last, I know we did a pod last year. It was called like 2025. Maybe the year before too, but she has a word every year.
I do. And it's always on like being consistent, usually with movement, because that's my number one thing that's just like always up in the air for me is like moving and like how can I make that. And I know it's like easy for a lot of people. It just wasn't for me. And it wasn't because I didn't like it, but it was just because I didn't know how to do anything or like what I wanted to do. It's gotten so much easier as the years have gone on and like making these words. I think it went from consistency to discipline to something else. I literally forget what last year's was. Or if last year was discipline, if I just did discipline again. And then this year it's casual.
It was something else, I think.
It was something. I totally forget what it was. But this year it's casual. It's casuality, I guess, is the word. Just being casual and not thinking so hard and trying to make everything so rigid and methodical and like, I have to do it this way. And if I'm going to go to the gym, I have to have the shoes on and I have to have my sports bra, instead of just being like, well, I got an hour to kill. Why don't I go? I have 5 minutes right now. Why don't I do like a Pilates 5-minute arm workout? Like, because in my mind before it was always like, if I'm going to do a workout, it needs to be like 15-20 minutes. Otherwise, what's the point? And I mean, it like, that's great. And I do those all the time. But reality is like my day-to-day is so hectic and it's different every day. And sometimes I have time at the end of the day or energy at the end of the day for that. And sometimes I don't. So how can I, and the same thing goes for studying. This follows with studying as well, my word. But the whole thing is like, how can I make my life, how can I make the things that feel so hard or the things that I want to do consistently that feel so hard to fit into my schedule, how can I make them casually fit into my schedule? Instead of putting like for the example with studying, it's like, well, if I don't have time to sit down and like cram all this into my brain, like I can't, rather than like being like, well, why don't I do at least one page tonight? Or why don't I just see if I can do this one assignment in 10 minutes since I'm in between classes? And so much more ends up getting done. So much more. Like, I swear I feel like I've gotten so much stronger. Like a good chunk. And I don't even feel like I've been working out that much. Like, I really don't. Like, but I just find the time. Like, I just find the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes, and I find a way to fit it in. 6 minutes of squats while I'm popping my popcorn. Or, popcorn doesn't even take 6 minutes, but you know what I mean.
I did not think you were going to say popping my popcorn.
I don't know. I've like, tried balancing on one leg while I'm popping my popcorn, doing a calf raise. And that's not like I'm doing that all the time. That's not like every time I have a spare second I'm working out. But you know what I mean? Like, it's the little things like that. So how can I make all of these things that feel so impossible and stressful to put in my schedule? How can I make it more casual and more frequent and do less more often? Like, less more often has always been the mantra. I think that was that was even like a quote on my vision board last year or even the year before, like, do less more often. And I was like, I love that. But I was like, how do I do that?
Right.
And that's where casual comes in. Is like, just be more casual about it. Like, don't freak out about having the perfect shoes or having the time or like, you know, like, what can you fit in right now? And just be chill about it. And just do the best you can with it. And then all of a sudden you realize it's like, oh, I like did something every day this week. And don't overthink it. Don't overthink what you're working out or how long you're doing it. Just do it and start. Don't freak out if you can't do a full 20-minute. Don't freak out if you can't do a full 10. Just do it. And like,
just do it.
Just do it. Literally. Just do it. And don't overthink it. Like, that's the best way. It sounds so stupid, but it's literally like, it has helped me so much. My example to you was how I went, like, we had like our last 2 classes of the day canceled, and I was like like, damn, right now would be, like, a perfect time to, like, go to the gym, but I was unprepared for that.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because, like, normally, if I'm planning to go to the gym for the day, I'm like, okay, I have to pack a separate outfit. This is my point with, like, being casual. Yeah. Where I'm like, okay, I have to pack a separate, so I have to know the night before, so I can, like, pack a little bag, and then it's like, oh, I didn't really want to wear gym shoes today, because they didn't really go with my outfit, so I wore these shoes, and now they're not gym shoes, and now I can't really go to the gym, right? And so instead of doing all of that in my brain, which I did for, like, maybe a couple seconds, I was like, well, why don't I just go anyway? And I can, like, there's no rule against, like, wearing socks. I mean, I wasn't on the treadmill or any of those, like, cardio machines, which you shouldn't wear just socks on. But I was like, my whole point was I just wanted to do a workout.
Right.
So I just did it. And then I told you about how I didn't really want to count reps anymore, which I know freaks so many people out. But I just was like, I'm going to move this weight till failure. Stop for a couple seconds, stretch my muscles out, move it to failure again, and then do whatever I feel like doing. I wasn't like, it's a push-pull day. It's an upper body, lower body, whatever. I like splitting the two, obviously. Yeah. But I also just kind of was like, what do I feel like doing? What do I feel like doing today? Right. And I did it, and I got it done in an hour, and then the next day it was like, I was sore. I got a good workout in. I looked kind of crazy because and I didn't have like my sports bra on or anything, so I just had a regular bra on, but I also didn't sweat that much because I didn't do cardio. But I was, like, walking around barefoot in the weights area. Like, just moving weight. And it was just so quick. And then I immediately, right after that, went to my friend's house to study. And it was, like, I got my workout in, and it didn't even feel like it took any time out of my day because I just went and did it instead of being like, well, if I were to do my workout, I'd have to go home first, change, come back, go to the gym. Like, that just takes up so much more time. Right. So instead I was like, I'll just do it barefoot. Yeah. Like, it's always those wacky people that just, like, get shit done somehow. Right. So I'm like, yeah, why don't I do that? Like, so that's my perfect example of, that's when that word came to me, where I was like, this is working for me. And I was like, I want to integrate this energy into my year and just be more casual about everything. Yeah. And the same thing happened to me with, like, a couple things that I was studying, where I just kind of was like, well, what if we just look at it today? Or what if I just memorize this, like, chunk of it? And then randomly it would just, like, become easier to look at. And I don't know, it just felt like it was working for me. So this year, casual.
I always struggle picking a word. Yeah. I don't know why.
Maybe the word thing's just not your thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I always have a word of the year because I had a friend that would always have a word. Yeah. And it really resonated with me. So I was like, I, like, tried it, and I thought it was really nice to just have that word in the back of my mind all year and have something that, like, I wanted to integrate throughout every single facet of my life instead of having one specific, like, goal. It was more of just an energy that I wanted to carry.
I was going to say, I feel like I always pick the energy and the vibe of the year, but it seems to be around the same thing every year.
Yeah. Mine too.
Kind of just, like,
mine's, like, it's focused
live
on
life
the
to the fullest.
thing. Yeah.
Yes, man, and do more things and learn more things than you did last year.
It usually
try
comes.
New things.
I feel like it usually comes for me from what I feel like I was, like, lacking, and then I try to reflect on, like, what was lacking or what do I feel like I could have done better at. Right. And not in, like I said, not a toxic way, but, like, just in a way of, like, where did I feel like something was missing? Right. Or, okay, maybe I have the same goal, but how could I improve on it this year? Because maybe I've gotten more consistent. Maybe I am better at discipline. But what's missing now?
I feel like every year is fun, right? It is. But for some reason, I feel like this year is going to be really fun.
I'm so excited.
I don't know why. Like,
I'm so excited. Something about 26.
I know. I don't know.
It's the year of the horse. Last year was the year of the snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wait. And then there was something... Wait, do those last a while? Do those last years, or is it different every year?
It's just a year.
There's something that lasted multiple years, I thought, that was, like, ending. Or maybe it's just... Maybe not. What does the snake mean? Do you know what the year of the snake means?
No.
I think all I read from it was, like, shedding, like a shedding process.
Yeah.
But I forget what the year of the horse means.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I mean, what is a horse... I mean, what is a horse?
It runs wild and free.
Runs wild and free.
Gallops
it's, like, strong and majestic. So now we've shed
all that.
Oh, God,
you're the snake. That sounded scary.
Now we're going in.
It sounded like there was a lot of fuck shit this year.
I mean, there was a lot of fuck shit
There was a lot of fuck shit.
There's a lot of shit to shed.
People revealing.
Yeah, things were revealed. So hopefully 26 we're running free.
Wild and free.
Like, rolling around and shaking our manes.
Wow, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. And that's a good way to end this podcast up. 100%. So, yeah. Year of the Horse 2026, running wild and free. Wow. That goes good with my...
So exciting. Wait, I saw something about the Year of the Snake versus the Year of the Horse. Let me bring it up.
Okay, wait, bring it up and we'll end on that note. I know, I was going to say that.
If I don't tell you guys a little
if we're just more. Like, we don't really know what that means, but...
Okay. Okay, so... Year of the... Okay, so it says, this is just a random Instagram account, by the way.
That's fine.
So it doesn't mean anything, but I thought I thought it resonated. Okay, so 2025, the snake cleared your path. 2026, the horse moves you forward.
Oh. Okay.
2025, the year of the snake. Truth, grief, endings, detox, end of cycles, shedding, lifting of veils.
Oh.
Right?
That's a lot.
I feel like that's really encompassing of this year.
Right,
like,
it is.
Yeah. I think about endings, like detox. Like, I literally moved states. Like, I feel like that really, like, it was the end of, like...
An era.
You know? An era of whatever. Okay, so 26.
Here we go.
The Year of the Horse. Movement. New beginnings. Oh, wait. I'm so confused, because maybe you're right about something it being years long. Because it says the Year of the Snake plus year 9. And then it says 2026, the Year of the Horse plus year 1. So maybe it was the end of the snake years.
I did feel like I
don't know.
Read that it was lasting a while or something.
Born in the rabbit years, and there's
there's
span of them. I think I forget. Yeah, it's the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah.
Okay, but wait, horse years. Oh no, they're just certain years. 1954, 1966.
Oh, maybe we haven't had a snake year in 8 years or something.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know. Maybe something like that.
Okay, but the Year of the Horse. Movement, new beginnings, alignment, freedom, return to truth, beauty, passion, flow, power, opportunity.
Why does this sound amazing?
It sounds so much better than the Year of the Snake. But then we needed the Year of the Snake. The snake paved the path.
Paved the path,
and then the stork. Sorry? What? The horse is moving forward. The snort.
You're saying snork or snores?
I think I was saying like snores, but I said snork. Okay, it says in the Chinese zodiac, the Year of the Horse is associated with energy, freedom, and forward momentum.
Wow.
People born under this sign are often described as enthusiastic, independent, and hardworking, with a strong drive to keep moving and explore new paths. The horse is the 7th of the 12th zodiac animals, and symbolizes speed, vitality, perseverance, reflecting its historic role as a powerful companion in travel, trade, and warfare. Horse years, such as 1954, 1966, 1978, 1990, 2002, 2014, and 2026, are traditionally seen as periods that favor bold choices, adventure, and ambitious goals, encouraging people to take initiative, embrace change, and trust their instincts.
Sounds great.
It's gonna be
it sounds like exactly what I thought 2026 would bring.
It's gonna be a great freaking year.
I was born the year of the ox.
I was born the year of the rabbit ?
Okay.
Wait.
The rabbit ?
Okay, I'm gonna say 1999.
Chinese
zodiac.
It is interesting.
I'm the rabbit.
Yeah, it is interesting because Chinese zodiacs are a little bit like zodiac signs in a different way with animals and symbols and like
zodiac.
Which ones get along the best, which ones are best friends, which ones are lovers.
Yeah.
All that different stuff.
It says Chinese rabbits are known for being gentle, compassionate, elegant, and peaceful, symbolizing luck, longevity, prosperity. They're also sensitive, cautious, and dislike conflict or criticism, often having a great taste or artistic flair while seeking calm environments. They are diplomatic, attentive to detail, good communicators, and value intellectual pursuits. Okay. Well, read me to filth, why don't you?
Maybe the ox is crazy.
Let me see the
ox just sounds like.
We'll see what it says.
Year of the ox.
Oh, no. Wait, what year were you born?
97.
97, Chinese ox. Okay. Yes. Honest, diligent, practical, hardworking. though potentially stubborn or selfish at times.
Yikes. The downfall.
Yes, fire element. Practical, but sometimes short-sighted or narrow-minded. Strengths: industrious, dependable, great leaders, and can endure hardships. Can be stubborn, demanding, and may not seek the spotlight, but their hard work leads to recognition. Yes, determined, loyal, patient, logical, strong sense of responsibility. T.
Okay, ox and rabbit.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know your Chinese zodiac, look up your birth year.
Yeah, look
there
up
you
your
go.
birth year.
Read
and
all
then
about
type
it.
in Chinese zodiac.
And you will find out.
I guess that's it for this pod. Let us know what you guys think and what you guys are going to be doing for the year, ?
And if you, let us know maybe your word of the year.
Yeah, what's the vibe? Do you have a word? Do you have a vibe?
Word? Do you have a Chinese zodiac? Do you have a vibe?
Do you
write it all down in the comments if you want.
I'm a rabbit riding in on the horse. You're an ox riding on on the horse as well.
Riding on the horse is crazy. There we go with the imagination. I'm picturing an ox and a rabbit on a horse.
I'm fully picturing a rabbit sitting on a horse and then an ox on top of a horse. And somehow the horse is still going.
Right. Galloping.
Galloping.
All right. Well, we will catch you guys on the next pod. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Woo.